Hey, good morning, you guys. Hey, Kalea. Hey, Puss in Boots. Hey, Ozzy Vic. Hey, Life is a Gem. Pepper, good morning, darling. Coffee with Cece. Good morning, beautiful lady. Puss in Boots. I love her. So, it's a beautiful morning. Okay, so why am I coming live? Why am I doing this? Well, last night, someone showed me a clip where our good friend, the purple lady, was in her car all mad and stuff, saying she's going to go live in 45 minutes and talk about Sarah. And I'm sitting there and I'm like listening to this clip, right? And I'm like, oh, Lord, what did I do now? I haven't even been talking about this chick like at all. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not staying up another 45 minutes to listen to her do whatever she's got to do about me. Hey, Remy, good morning. I hate fallback too. That just adds another hour to 2020. And I'm ready to get 2020 over. Oh, so I went to bed because even though she wants to claim that, I'm so obsessed, I am not about to stay up and watch what you've got to say about me. I'll catch you tomorrow. Yesterday was a great day for us. I'm telling you. Only my kid, man. I'm telling you what, he cracks me up. This kid, get this. I'm very proud of my son. And you know, we I had to go to his IEP meeting last week, and they was like, your son went from doing such and such and having a oh gosh, what is that called when you have a person come to your home? A truancy officer. He had a truancy officer when he lived with his dad, and because he didn't want to go to school at all, and he was failing, and he's been held back to now where his IEP meeting was like, he doesn't even need an IEP meeting anymore. He's doing really well. He only, as a junior in high school, he only needs 1 credit to graduate. He's lacking 1 credit as a junior. So, me, I'm the proud mom. I'm freaking out, jumping up and down. And I'm telling Daniel, I'm like, buddy, we can do whatever you want to do. And so he wanted to go to the steakhouse, right? And it's in downtown Dayton, and it's one of my favorites. It's the Hickory Barbecue, Old Hickory. And man, we had a good time. Of course, Daniel had to pick out the most expensive steak they had, which is fine. We don't get to go out a whole lot, so he deserved it. And I let him go to his friend's party. I had to drive an hour there and then an hour back. It was insane. But he deserved it. He didn't get to see his friend because his friend had moved to Iowa. So his friend comes and, every few weeks and visits his dad. So I thought it was a great opportunity to let him go to this party, and he had fun. So that's why I was up so late. If anyone knows me, they know that I don't stay up late at all. I like my sleep. I mean, I really, mm, I don't do it. I can't do it. I hate staying up late. That's just me though. I've never been like a person that could stay up late. Even when I was partying, and doing drugs and everything, I would be the first one out. Like, done. I don't care. I am done. So when I listen to that, I'm just like, whew, I can't believe I woke up this morning and listened to some of the things I heard. I am dumbfounded. I mean, I am absolutely dumbfounded. This broad, boy, howdy. She gets on her live and says that I wished death on her kids by saying that I hope they got COVID and died. Boy, Laura, I need you to go and find that clip, please, and show everyone where I ever said that about your children. I have never wished death upon anyone's children. And that brings me to another point. You know, Laura is really quick to jump on, if I go on someone's panel, she's got to react to it. She's got to talk about me. But we're all trash, right? We're all bottom feeders, and she's so high up on this pedestal. Why are you coming after me, Laura, when I go up on somebody's panel? Huh? What is it about that, Laura? Everywhere I go, you're right there. You're right there to talk about it, aren't you? You say I'm a little obsessive, yet you're the one doing reactions on me. You're the one that's calling me stupid and how I'm such this lower level person than you. Why are you talking about me then, Laura? Huh? See, I don't claim to be better than anyone. In fact, I think we're all equal. I don't think anybody is better than anybody, especially here on YouTube. We all have the right to our opinions. We all have the right to talk about whatever we want. But it doesn't give you the right to lie about me. It doesn't give you that right at all. Yet you do. So I'm going to need you to show me where I ever said a damn thing about your children, because I have never said anything about your children. It's so funny, man. Like it's so pathetic, it's sad. You like to call people dumb and stupid, and you like to tell everyone that the word whore is okay to say, right? It's not okay to say for me. I don't like that word. I don't like to degrade women like that. I don't. If you do, that's fine. That's on you. I guess we are on different levels, Laura. I don't want to be anywhere near your level. I got my own level, you see, and I don't try to compare myself with people. I'm not, especially my best friend, like you said you do. I'm not like that. I'm not in competition with my best friend. I'm not in competition with anyone here on this platform. And that's me. I don't know what you do. I could care less what you do. If you want to be in competition with your friends, that's fine. You look like a fool. Boy, oh boy, you got me worked up this morning. Thank you. Because the coffee really wasn't doing it until I heard some of the dumbass shit you said about me. That got me up. Whew, that gave me a little shot of adrenaline. And then you had the audacity to say, Sarah is more worried about Brian than she is me. When I was up on Rel's panel, I didn't want to mention you. I didn't even want to bring you up. In fact, I didn't even talk about you. The only thing I said is, what can we do to make this all better? What can we do? If it means me forgiving Laura for some dumb shit, then I'll do it. As long as we can heal this community and try to make it a little bit better. And then it was so funny. Laura, she said, let's see, I wrote this shit down because some of this was so good I didn't even want to forget about it. Laura says, shut the F up about me, right? I wasn't even talking about her. She had to insert herself into everything. Here I am having a conversation with Rel, and Laura, she does her little reaction, lets it play a little bit, and then she'll give her reaction again. And she says, shut the F up about me. When was I even talking about you? In fact, I was talking about Tracy and Brian. How did that have anything at all to do with you? And if you want me to shut the F up about you, why don't you stop doing reactions on me? Why don't you quit talking about me, and maybe I'll quit talking about you? In fact, I did a live just a few days ago. Since you're all about views and numbers and all, let's talk about that. I did a live the other day with Randy and Tracy, and we didn't even mention you, and I got higher views on that shit. Laura, let me tell you, you are not the center of attention all the time. You insert yourself, making yourself be that. People don't care about you as much as you think they do. They don't. especially when you degrade people. And when you degrade people, there's always going to be somebody to call you out on it. When you're calling people out of their name, hell yeah, people are going to call you out on it. You are not no princess. Let me tell you, you're not. Maybe you are in your own delusional mind, but you are no princess here on the YouTube. You are no better than any of us. Oh, yeah, Remy, she definitely wants to be. I know, Ozzy Vic, I know it is. And that's what I don't want to see. You know, I can come up here and I can talk about Laura, right? But God forbid anybody talk about Laura. Oh, Lord. You know, a few days ago, maybe about a week ago, you brought my name up and I didn't even go live about it. You mentioned my sobriety and me relapsing. I could have gone live about that, but I didn't because you sounded so freaking dumb. I just let it go. I'm like, you know what? If she really thinks that people can relapse because of her, that doesn't even warrant a mention. I didn't go live when you was talking that shit about me. I don't even care. I don't bring your name up all the time. That's what you've been doing, girl. That is exactly what you've been doing. Even when it has nothing to do with you, you do a little reaction video. You're an idiot. You want to call me stupid? Well, you look pretty damn stupid yourself, especially when you're inserting yourself into shit that don't even pertain to you. Hey, Jenny Jen, is she here? Good morning. I seen that you was live this morning, and I apologize I didn't go in there. I absolutely had to listen to this dumbass shit this broad was saying about me last night. I'm telling you what, if you sit there and think that you can say whatever you want about someone, but they don't have the right to critique that or to react to that, you're so wrong on so many levels. Let me tell you that right now. You're not going to sit there and tell me that you're not going to tell your people that I wish death upon your children and that I wished COVID upon your children, because that never happened. I would never say that about someone. Now, did I say something about you should get COVID? Yeah, I said that. Whatever. You know what? I even apologized for that. I did. I shouldn't have said that. I was mad. I was in the heat of the moment, but you took advantage of that and you you spread that shit like wildfire and you added to it by saying that I wished it upon your children. Man, you are ignorant as you look, Laura. You want to sit there and lie on people? You do not base anything off of facts. You gossip more than anyone I know here on this platform. It's funny, you sat there and said while you was critiquing me, you said people need to mind their business. People need to mind their business. Okay. How can you be so hypocritical, Laura? You need to maybe mind your business and get your nose out of shit that doesn't even pertain to you. When I went up on rails last night, that had nothing to do with you. You were trying to drive a wedge between Rel and I. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Because you said, Rel, let's see. I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes. It's pretty funny. Okay, you spoke for Rel and you said that he can see right through me. What does that mean, Laura? How can Rel see right through me? Huh? I need you to simplify that for me since I'm so stupid. Please simplify that for me. And then you had to sit there. Hey, buddy. Hey, quick question. Sorry to interrupt you. Hold on. My son came in to ask me where the crock pot was at. He wants me to put a roast on. And then you sat there and you were so upset because you said that I'm trying to get Rel and Tracy to be friends. Laura, why does that have anything to do with you? Why are you so worried about that? Oh, I know. You're trying to get everyone to turn on to Tracy. You're trying to get everyone to turn on me. And it's not going to work. You have no power over how people feel. You have no power over what people do. You can't tell them how to feel. You can't talk for them. They're going to make their own choices, their own decisions. If they want to dislike me, fine. They'll dislike me for what I do. If people are going to dislike Tracy, they're going to dislike her for what she does. But don't sit there and gaslight your chat. And that's exactly what you was doing. You was gaslighting them by, throwing so much hate on Tracy or so much hate on me. You're an idiot, man. I'm always going to call you out when you talk about me or when you say some dumbass shit and you can't stand that. I don't talk about you all the time. I don't want to talk about you all the time. But when you bring my name up, I'm absolutely going to talk about you every time. Especially if it, is about a lie. You can't sit there and say that I wished COVID on your kids. God, you led, let's see, you're up to about 1,000 views on that live from last night. So 1,000 people have seen that, and they're going to sit there and think that I wished COVID on your kids. And that's so wrong. I've never wished COVID on anyone's kids. And I've never wished death on anyone's kids. Hey, Merrick. Man, I don't know. I get upset, when I see things or hear things, and she's going to sit there and act like she's all high and mighty and she can talk about whoever or whatever, but nobody can talk about her. That's bullshit. If you're doing some dumb shit, people have the right to talk about you, you know? Um, it just seems like every time I go on a panel, you are there, right there to do a reaction. So I ask you, if you want someone to stop talking about you, maybe you should stop talking about them. We wouldn't be here this morning if you hadn't have done a reaction to me on Rel's live last night, which had nothing to do with you, by the way. And you want to sit there and tell everyone that I'm white knighting for Brian? No, I'm not. I'm not white knighting for anyone. I'm giving my thoughts and feelings and opinions, just as you do. What's wrong with me doing it? You can do it. Why don't you bitch about anyone else in the community? Oh, no, usually it's just about me or Tracy. It kind of looks like you have the obsession. The last time I talked about you was because you was talking about me, and I freaking pointed that out and proved it. Just like I'm doing today. I wouldn't have talked about you if you hadn't have gone live last night about me. Oh, Jenny. Whew. It's just crazy how you want to sit there and talk about other people's money too. But then you say, you need to mind your own business and don't count my coin. Well, you do it with everyone else. They're sure as shit going to do it back to you. Maybe not me, because I could care less who's giving you what. I don't care. That's not my business. But what is my business is when you bring my name up. It's unreal, man. Like you are so blinded by what's really going on in your delusional mind. You believe what you think is right when it's absolutely not right. You're giving people a false narrative and you base nothing at all on facts. Nothing. And you seem to think that your opinion is more important than anyone else's, which really gets under my skin. Your opinion is no better than the next. You're no leader in this community. You're not. especially because you get caught in lies all the time. People that lie all the time are no leaders. Yeah, Jenny, she can dish it, but she can't take it. That's how she has always been. And she cannot stand for anybody to go against her. Once they go against her, they are labeled as an enemy. It's all a game to her. That's how twisted she is. She wants to sit there and say that I twist things. No, I have always called proof out on you. I've always had facts when I call you out. I've never lied on her, ever. I don't need to lie on her. She does so much dumb shit that I don't need to lie on her. Thank you, Ozzy. And the whole reason that I went on to Rails last night is because I care a lot about Tracy. I am always going to care about Tracy. She is my friend. I'm always going to defend her. And if you want to call that white knighting, whatever, so be it. I don't even care. I'm going to defend my friends because that's who I am. I care about people. I care about people a lot. And if you want to call me a hypocrite because you think that somehow what I was doing last night was hypocritical, that's insane to me. And let me explain to you why I think that's insane. There's no comparison to the Brian and Rel situation with you. None at all. You never said anything about um, this will be over when the casket closes. You've never said anything like that. You've said some dumb shit, but you've never said anything like that. So there is no comparison. And yet you have to insert yourself. Oh, Tracy's hysterical. She's so funny. I mean, I'm telling you what, I can be in a bad mood and she will say something just off the wall hysterical and I'm rolling. She's witty. She's very witty. And she has a huge heart. And I do not think Tracy's racist. And that's my opinion. And I'm sticking with it. You can't change my mind on that because I know Tracy on a personal level. But yet everybody over there, on that pedestal with Laura wants to run with this narrative that Tracy is. If you want to think that, think it, but it's not true. And I'm going to stand here and say that I don't believe that it's true. Yes. Oh my gosh, Jenny, her and Vinny would be freaking hysterical together. I'd love that. I think that would be great. And I feel bad for the shit that Jenny Jin's going through right now. I haven't voiced my opinion on that because I don't want to insert myself into something that's, that doesn't pertain to me. But I care a lot about Jenny and I feel bad for what she's going through. I consider Jenny a friend of mine. I think she's a great person. And can somebody drop her channel link? If you're not sub to Jenny, you should because she's good people. And I don't know. I went on to Rel's last night in hopes that maybe we could, find some peace. I never wanted Rel and Tracy to be friends again. I'm just wanting there to be peace. I'm just wanting to get to a place where we're not calling people whores. I've gone live and talked about this before, and I'm not demanding that people stop calling anybody and calling them out of their name. I'm not asking that. I'm just saying, can we maybe do that? Not call people whores when they're not. And then let Laura last night is like, well, you can call me a whore. I don't care because it's not true. It doesn't matter. It's still, that word is degrading to women. That's my opinion. I hate that word. I always have. Honest to God, you can ask anybody that ever knew me. If you tell me that to my face, I'm probably going to knock you the fuck out. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. Yes, Jenny, compassion is definitely missing around here. I was not white knighting for Brian last night. The dumbass shit Brian said was wrong. That this will never end until the casket closes. That's so dumb. Why would you even say that? Nobody's going to find that intimidating, Brian. He's just going to come at you even more. You went there in his comments and started talking smack. He's going to retaliate. You If you want it to end, block him. If you don't want it to go on, don't engage with him. This place is going crazy, man. Like this time last year, these kind of things was not going on. Maybe the CPS was getting called, cops were getting called, whatever. But it's headed towards real life now. Here we are almost a year later, and we've got people talking about it ain't going to end until the casket closes. I don't want to see that for anyone. I don't care if it is Brian. I don't want to see that for him. And I do care about his children. And then Laura's sitting there, last night saying, "Well, Sarah, you're doing the same thing. You're still talking about me. You're inciting hate for my children." Bullshit. I'm not talking about meeting up with you. It ain't gone that far with me, and I don't want it to go that far. And how are your children being affected when it's your dumbass saying the shit you are? I'm just calling you out. I'm not talking about your kids. You talk about me. Let me turn this around for you, Laura. You sat there and said that Sarah wished death on my children because of COVID. She wished COVID on my children and death on my children. What if somebody comes after me for that statement, Laura? Huh? What if somebody believed what you said, because your people believe every damn thing you say? What if they believed you and said, I'm going to touch Sarah's real life. I'm going to go after her because of that statement, knowing damn well it's a lie? It goes both ways, Laura. I ain't scared of anybody coming over here, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. If you want to come on over, my docs is out there. Look for it. Come see me. No, Remy, she sure doesn't care. She does not care at all, because she is so I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to go against my values and morals because I'm upset. I'm not going to say certain things. I'm not going to act the way Laura does. I think you're trash when you sit there and call women whores. I think you are trash when you talk about lick my CLIT. You are nothing but trash. You are above no one, Laura. And I swear to God, you sit there alone on your computer day in and day out talking about how you're so much better than. Please tell me how you're better than me, Laura. Huh? Tell me. That pisses me off when you sit there and say, they want to wear my skin. They're so jealous of me. Tell me what you got that I'm so jealous of. I do not want to wear your old ass skin. I can tell you that right now. Look, my shit, I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40, and I'm trying really hard not to let gravity take effect. I don't want to be any older than I already am. So no, I do not want to wear your skin. Nobody's jealous of you or your looks. At least I'm not, I mean, I don't think anyone else is, but hey, everybody's got an opinion. Yeah, Remy, jealous of what? What you got, Laura, that's so much better than what we have, us bottom feeders. I'm not jealous of you, Laura. You piss me off. You piss me off when you talk shit. You piss me off when you lie. I don't dislike anyone else in the community to critique them the way I do you. I critique you because you've gone at me several times. You've made little digs at me several times. You've lied on me several times. That's why I go at you. I can do whatever I want on my channel. And no, I am not trying to build a freaking empire. I don't care about an empire. I like to come and hang out with people and just talk with them. I have that right. You can't dictate what anyone else does on their channel. You just can't. You know, nobody's going to bow down and conform to what you want. You are definitely not going to silence me into submission. That will never happen. I don't know, Cords boy. Why don't you just take a hike? Have a good day. Thanks for the view, though. I appreciate it. I'm just not in the mood today, man. Like, yesterday was Halloween, right? Everybody should have been like, you know, if you got little kids, go out trick or treating. You know, there was a blue moon last night, which I'm pretty upset over because this glaze of clouds like totally overcompensated. So I couldn't see the moon the way I wanted to, and I couldn't record it. I was so heartbroken. And I was trying to get my camera to work, and my card wasn't reading, and I was pretty upset about that. So that sucked. Hey, your main girl, how are you this morning? Yeah, her empire. Her empire is dirt. That's how she's gonna leave us in the dust, because it's all dirt. Man, and if she wants to do her thing, let her do her thing, you know, just keep it real. Don't lie on people, man. Don't sit there and make up lies just to gaslight your people to hating someone so much because they might have said this or that. I need you, I'm calling you out right now. I need you to find where I ever said your children needed to get COVID and die. Find it. I guarantee you never will. I guarantee my bank account, you can't find it. Don't you lie on me. If you want me to leave you alone, Laura, stop lying on me. If you want me to leave you alone, don't sit there and react when I go on someone's panel, especially since it had nothing to do with you. You want to say that other people are crazy and that they're obsessed? Look what you did last night. That was pretty obsessive. Good morning, coffee chat. Oh gosh, yeah. This is a different world than we are used to, man. Like trick or treating is absolutely different. And the world is different. You got to wear a mask. I see people with masks on walking outside, and I'm like, wow, this is really sad. This is not the world I was raised in, and things are changing, and it's not for the better. It's really sad. I hate what this world is coming to. There's so much more hate in this world today than there was last year or even last week. And it's only getting worse. It's not getting better. Like, I'd love to do a live on things that, you know, interest me, but I don't want people to think I'm crazy or some conspiracist. But there's things that, you know, even when it comes to the Bible, man, there's things that, you know, are in the Bible that are happening now. I don't want to get into that topic because I don't want to get called out for it, but whatever. Remy, I didn't pass out candy, right? But last year we put a bowl out there because for whatever reason we thought it would be a smart idea to put some candy in a bowl and leave it out for people to take one. The bowl was gone in 5 minutes, including the bowl. So I give up. Shannon Uncensored? I mean, I really think it is. Just look at all the plagues. Just look at the hate. They're trying to turn Christianity into a bad thing. And now if you try to be Christian or, have faith in something, people make fun of you for it and tear you down for it. I'll be one of the first people to say, I wouldn't be sober today if it wasn't for God's grace. And that's so true. Like, I was a hardcore drug addict and I didn't know how to stop. And I just sat there one day and I'm like, my higher power helped me. And I've been sober this long and I couldn't stay sober an hour, let alone years. Hey, Ems, good morning. I don't want to go live and talk about Laura all the time, but she makes it really hard, especially when she's bringing me up. Thank you, Shannon. I don't know. Some things bother me and I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to lie to make my narrative seem more honest. I'm going to say how I feel. I don't need to run with any kind of narrative. I can only give my opinions. And if people want to believe it, cool. If they don't, show me where I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. Just be honest about it. Don't lie on me. That's all I've ever asked. Do not lie on me. And I mean, it's true. I cannot stand when someone calls me a liar. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I lied so much when I was using drugs. I was a liar. I mean, I absolutely was. I'm not even going to get into that right now, but I was a huge liar just to get my way. And I think that, since I've been sober, I've tried to be a good person. I've tried to be honest, and I don't have a reason to lie anymore. How is lying going to benefit me, especially if the truth can be proven? Wouldn't you much rather just tell the truth? I could sell ice to an Eskimo when I wasn't sober. Remy, I could too. Oh gosh. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm a better person today than I was back then. I think we all are. People that come out of addictions, they find themselves. They find sanity. They find stability. And that makes them better people. Yeah, absolutely, Jenny. The truth will always get you further in life. So, does anyone want to come up and just kind of hang out with me for a while? Yeah, lots of karma is getting handed out lately. Absolutely. And it's sad because I've seen things the past few days and I'm like, wow, not cool. Some people are so fake behind the scenes and then are so sweet to you in a chat. I don't understand that. Stop being fake. If you don't like someone, don't be around them. Don't hang around them. But don't sit there and pretend to be their friend. I can't stand that. Yeah, Ozzy, if you have something that you want to drop, absolutely. Um, I'm not sure what it is, but yeah. I have a funny link for you with Trump and Biden. I'd like you all to see it. It was a skit from Aussie ABC. Can you make me a mod? Oh my gosh. You know what? I can't do it on my phone, but damn. I'm sorry, Aussie. Thank you, Sugar Skulls. I love wind chimes too. Now, the wind chimes that we have out in the front, they was Brandon's dad's. And when he passed away, that was one of the first things we brought here because, they're kind of sentimental and they're absolutely beautiful. And so every time they chime, I think of Brandon's dad. I loved his dad. He passed away a few years ago from a stroke. It's very chilly and windy out here today. I'm not going to stay on much longer. I mean, there was some other things that I was going to bring up and talk about, but for what? Like, what is it going to accomplish for me to sit there and, uh, you know, Laura, don't worry. I'm not trying to be best friends with Rel. I'm not trying to take any of your people. I'm just trying to be me, and I'm trying to give my opinions. I did go up on Rel's last night because I hated hearing my friend get called out. You take up for your friends all the time. You take up for your Patreons, your members, whatever. I'm doing the same thing. So why does that make me a bad person? I need you to answer that. Why does that make me a bad person? Hey, darling.
Good morning,
Good
cutie
morning.
patootie.
I am so sorry that I missed your live this morning.
Oh,
I
it
had.
was just don't feel bad at all. I was just testing stuff for
Mhm.
tonight. I've got some clips of music, and I was
Ooh.
seeing how far I could get without them kicking me. So, the guys were just being lunatics, actually, and they were talking in Russian, and
Oh
Mel
my God.
Mel came up. I
Oh,
left it
Mel
up
Mel,
actually
she's
just
a
so
trip.
people could catch it if they just needed a laugh, to be honest, because
Hmm.
it was just,
Now, when Mel Mel's up on panel, you're going to have a good laugh. She is
oh, it's okay.
hysterical.
I just need, later, maybe I might need help with a clip timing. So it's no rush, nothing at all.
Tonight's going to be a good one. Everybody, make sure you're there at Ginny Gin Gin's
Oh,
tonight.
Lord, I hope we can, have a little bit of laughs at least before. Who knows?
Come.
And you never know on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
because things usually pop off in there at some point. But
They do.
it's just, I think it's become a habit for a lot of people.
Well, I've
Um,
always enjoyed your
but
streams,
I
you and
like a lot of
Hondo.
people. And here's the thing I drives me nuts around here is um the mean girl type spirit we've got.
Mhm.
Um it's just one of those things. I don't get people can separate things. They need to.
I agree. There's a lot of people that are getting hurt that, doesn't
Yeah.
deserve it.
I know it's the nature of the beast, sadly. Some people are playing with fire and but
Absolutely.
lots of people that don't have the experience that they need to have in order to fight with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but a lot of people, hey, a lot of us had to learn the hard way, so guess they're gonna have to too. I missed last night. Oh man,
Oh, Lord.
completely. So I might be catching up when I'm trying to figure out the music. But you got to see my little what would you call it? Uh, my little troll. It's his name's Diamond, Tiny Diamonds. He's so cute.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Somebody, do you support BLM?
Oh, maybe they're talking about the only thing I could think of that's BLM is Black Lives Matters. And
Why
what
would
kind of
you even come
question
in here and ask
is
that?
that? You know what I mean?
It's a
Yeah,
troll.
of course.
Lord, people are dumb.
Yeah, they are. They're just, I think, a lot of people too. Isn't there, True Helper, isn't there another lockdown happening, starting to kick off? I saw that Chippy said that they were in lockdown again, which, people being cold and in a lockdown. Oh my gosh.
I seen that the National Guard was in Philadelphia. They're setting up the
See,
National Guard in certain
Vinny was,
places.
yeah, Vinny was under martial law.
The
They,
truth,
they've
yeah,
got
that's
like,
crazy.
it's scary, man. Oh my gosh.
Well, they did say a few months ago that, once winter starts coming and the election starts coming, that it's going to tighten back up. They're blaming it on COVID, but I really don't believe that. So,
Yeah, see, something is up. It
yeah.
is scary times. And
The, tr-
mm.
the truth, I've been on for 46 minutes thus far.
Good morning, Tracy.
I don't know. It's a crazy world and it's only getting crazier, it seems. It sucks.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
I
It
don't
is the
know.
craziest.
Since I've got you up here, I wanted to let
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know that I fully support you. I think you are a great girl, and I'm sorry for all the shit you're going through right now.
It
I feel
is
bad because
okay.
I know you're
I
good
know.
people. And
I know, and it's okay though. It really does. Always karma works itself out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, as long as you're honest and the best that you can be to the people that matter.
Mhm.
You know,
Then that's all that really
it,
matters. People are going to
yeah,
talk
it really
shit,
is. Oh yeah,
but
they always will, always. And
when
you
people
know,
start lying, and
yeah,
that shit just needs to be called out. And I think
yeah,
you are
it
a
does.
great girl, and I don't think it's fair what's happening with you right now. So,
I know. I mean, I appreciate so many people that people don't realize, stand up for the right thing.
yeah.
I don't understand that whole idea. They like to argue or they like to fight or this or that. No, that's not very true. I don't, just because you call out somebody's baloney and bullcrap doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you like to fight,
Right. Oh, I completely agree. Like I said last night on Rails, I'm more of a lover than a fighter. But if you're going to lie about me, I'm going to call you out on it.
Yeah,
That's just who
absolutely.
I
I'm the
am.
same way. I like to pull out, as we call them, the receipts,
Hmm.
and like be all
Absolutely.
right then. Well, let's lay this out for you, because
Yeah.
it really is true that people are always going to twist things to their narratives. It's just the nature of the beast.
Hmm.
But when you can take them and lay them out and show the truth, that's what's important.
Right.
And some people, just need to see things sometimes.
And some people
Because,
like to fight, so they'll sit there and say
yeah,
whatever they
yep,
can to debunk your truth, even if it is the
yep.
truth. They will sit there and say, "Oh, no, it's not. No, it's
I
not."
know. And they will twist it every which
Hmm.
way. That's insanity.
That is insanity. Absolutely.
It is. I'll be honest, I'm the same. I'm not really a fighter. I like
Mhm.
to laugh and joke around. That's why usually we even start out with, you know, if we have to prove something or address something, I like to do it first, get it over with, and then we can move on to the fun part, This
Yeah,
morning, oh
you
my
guys always
gosh.
have fun
And
fun
let
and
me just say
games.
this here. I'll say it again tonight, but um these weirdos are trying to make Vinny look like my sugar daddy because he
Oh
likes to
Lord.
trigger me by super chatting me. So we had a battle this morning a little bit. And every time, yeah, but he does it to trigger me and to be, shenanigans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just messing around. So, no, I do not want any of his money. It's aggravating, but it's a friend picking at you. And a lot of times here, just simple, tiny little things like that. Like I heard you say that you were not white knighting, you were just trying to explain, right?
Yeah, Tracy's my
They
friend.
always take things wrong.
Uh-huh.
And
And then
that's what friends do. They stand up for each other. God,
right.
it's like common sense leaves everybody's brain when they enter YouTube and hit whatever start.
Yeah, and I'm going to defend my friend, and if that brings
Of
me hate, then
course.
so be it. I'm doing what I think is right, and that's what matters at the end of the day, is that I'm doing something that I think is right.
Right.
So, and if
Exactly.
if anybody wants to sit there and say I'm doing wrong by that, that's their opinion. They can have that. But in my heart, I know I'm doing what I think's right. So, your opinion doesn't even matter. Oh,
Right. I agree. I
Tracy, it
really
was
do.
crazy
You
last
it
night.
it separates it does separate people that are real from the fake people. It really does.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I think that Laura can't handle that because
We've
she
got
wants to
some fake
be,
ones. Yeah.
she wants to be the center of attention. She wants everybody to bow down to her and view her as this, person of authority that's always right. And that's not how it is, you know. And like I
I
said
know,
earlier,
right?
yeah, if you're not with her, you're an enemy. And no, that shouldn't be. We're not enemies. We just don't agree with things you say, especially if you're saying them about us. And we have the right to critique that. We have the right to, you know, call you out when you're wrong.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, that is a lot of what we do here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and then you
we,
got people that
that's,
want to label us and whatever. People can
hmm
make their own determinations on who and what we are by how we talk or what we say.
hmm
And I don't
right.
know.
That's fine for people to have an opinion.
Mhm.
I mean, we have our own opinions of other people that we watch and we follow along or whatever. That's nothing. But when they start twisting things, and hurting people, that makes it different.
It does.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
I don't know. I mean, I get that friends are going to argue every now and then and maybe
Yeah,
not even be friends any longer. But trying to throw people under the bus is not cool. Trying to, make fun of them or
I
talk
agree.
about them the way that they are, it's not cool. And I don't know.
No, it's not. A lot of people, and I really hope that we have some people kind of open up and talk a little bit tonight because I wanted to do it. I tried it a few weeks ago. The
Hmm.
what is loyalty? And we started on a whole different subject. I think it was we got to hear a story about, oh gosh, maybe it was Halloween stories they started telling. So we never kind of got to the topic, but loyalty is different for so many people. And I think if we could kind of put I don't know what you would call it, different opinions of what everybody calls loyalty, right? Here, at least,
Hmm.
then maybe we could weed out the people that are causing issues,
Yeah, and that's what I've always respected about you. You don't sit there and just have a panel all for yourself. You always include people. You always have people up to talk about their grievances or whatever they want to talk about. And I like the fact that you don't think that you're better than anyone else. You'll have people up to
Oh, heck
just talk
no,
about
I'm
their
learning
opinions.
too.
Yeah.
You never stop learning on this platform, ever.
Yep.
You don't
You're
ever
very
stop
humble.
learning in life. So
Right.
why would you, think you know everything here? You don't in your real life.
Mhm. You give a platform for people to speak, and I adore that about you. I really do.
I really wish that Amber's attic. That's right, Ems. The Amber was talking. Oh my gosh, that was scary. Yeah, she had a date and he was hiding in the attic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was scary.
Good morning,
That's what we
Jennifer.
ended up. That's kind of what we do end up doing. That's like even talking about it now. We had a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ended up being silly instead of being serious. And
And that's
sometimes,
fun.
sometimes, well, sometimes you do. There's a time to be serious and there's a time to joke, right? But man,
Absolutely.
when you stop having fun here, I really think that is I don't know what you call it, trying to be nice, but it's time to take a little bit of a break, you know,
Yeah, some people really want the
and
heat
everybody's
going.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It, somebody said, a few people have said or commented on the fact that people are fueling hate right now. And that is heartbreaking because I don't like the whole sides thing for me. I never have liked. So I think it's just fine and dandy to like all different people in different communities, right? Like the whole idea for us, actually, when me and Em started, was to bring the communities together,
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of put it as a whole, and everybody have their own opinions, which is what we're here for. But that whole hate filled stuff kills me.
It does me too. And it makes people hate even more. When you're a creator and you're up on a panel and you're just lying and gaslighting, that's going to make your people dislike the person that you're talking about a lot. And that's where the hate
Yeah,
spreads.
yeah, that's true.
Mm.
That is true.
Poor Tracy,
And
she's
then they
under
just
attack.
carry it
Yeah,
from
they
place
do.
to place. Tracy cracks me up. I'm telling you.
She does me. And
Um,
she's not racist, and that gets under my skin
no,
when
she is
people.
not.
She's not. And some
No.
certain people are going at her with this whole racist card because they dislike her for whatever reason, so they're really trying to gaslight people by saying she's a racist.
Yeah.
That gets under my skin.
Yeah. And see, I know mine too. Mine too. I cannot, you know, when you have a friend that's being labeled a racist, a predator, what was the other? Just really bad things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is very hard. I completely get it. And sadly, people here do that without having a anything to prove it.
Right.
They just
Right.
sling it around like it's nothing. And we all know that there are people watching that don't interact
Yep.
and that could be reaching into other people's lives that we are putting targets on. Like by them saying that about Tracy, it puts a target on her.
It does. It absolutely does, and it's not fair.
They
um
don't get it. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't understand why, but you know,
i'm
I think some of them have been, you
I'm
know,
not friends with people that
targets,
are racist, because racist is
and what
such an
they
ugly
don't get
thing.
it.
Yeah.
It
I don't want to
is.
surround myself with anyone that's racist. So I know for a fact that my friend is
I
not
know.
racist. If she was,
It's
I
not,
wouldn't
yeah.
hold her so close to my heart. I don't know.
I know. I know. I completely get it. Oh my goodness. And it's horrible, to label anybody that. Anybody.
Mhm.
But we know race. She's not. That's so silly. But it does make them a target, and it's not fair.
I'm going to add Miss Tracy up
Good
here.
morning. I
Good
literally just
morning,
woke up.
Tracy.
Good morning, Jenny Jen Jen. I literally just woke up and saw where Sarah was live. Um,
Yeah, I had to
here
call
I,
some stuff out.
yeah, I didn't listen to any of that. I heard we were the talk of the town last night. Uh,
Always.
well, I know I was on at least one panel, but here's the thing, folks. I know who I am. I know what my heart is
Yeah.
about. Now, did I go on a panel and throw some low blows at John Crimes? I did. And I've apologized for those, even though people are running around saying that I never, I haven't apologized for them. I don't like the fact that I came out of character. Um, I had three of them just coming at me left and right, which is no excuse. I'm not playing victim. I went up on that panel. I never had to take a link. But I've had this person running around insinuating that I'm a racist
Sleep well,
for
Ozzy.
night, Ozzy. Did you say good night to Ozzy?
Yeah.
Um, I've had these people running around, this person running around insinuating that I'm a racist for a while now. And I lost it, you know. Uh, exactly. I was baited and I fell for it. I bit, hit, hook, line, and sinker. But I know who I am. I know what my heart is about. And I don't care how much I like you. If I see that you're going real life and you're going to try to hurt somebody on here, regardless of who you are,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I think, and then I'm going to take a step back from you.
Life is a gym said my grandfather was racist and he passed it on to some of my aunts and uncles. I thank my parents for not passing that one on to me. I can completely relate to that. My father and I would go rounds because my father was racist. And he would like to pretend that he wasn't because he had, a job in a union as a union rep. So he would pretend that he wasn't, but at home, he definitely was. And I would literally get grounded because he would find out that I was dating a person of color and I would get grounded for that. He literally disowned one of my sisters because she dated a man of color. And I think that's why I'm not racist, because he was so racist and I seen the hate in his heart and I wanted to be nothing like that. I have never looked at someone and said, well, they're different than me because the color of their skin. I don't view people like that. We do all bleed red. We are all the same. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, or brown. You're still human.
I could say back when I was a kid in the 70s, yeah, I'm giving it away. Back when I was a kid in the 70s, my father, he was a drinker and he was racist. Not my mom. My mom was totally opposite. But we all lived under the same household, same roof. So it was you were kind of torn. Your dad would say something racist and your mom would, whisper, don't you ever say that. As my dad grew older and got sober and realized that his ways were wrong, he let all that, he let that hatred for other human beings of a different race, he let it go. And that's one of my proudest things about my dad. That's one of the things that I hold closest to my heart. So I guess being called that really, 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 really hits me hard, but I have to learn to let it go because I know I'm not.
hating someone for the color of their skin, I I I can't relate to that. I don't hate anyone, and especially for the color of their skin. It's 2020. People should not, view someone different because they have a different color of skin. I don't see that. I see people for who they are, you know. I never understood racism. I never liked racism. It's not a part of my life, and I don't like it. I married a man that was of color, and I wish I could say I was proud to be married to him. He was a high school boyfriend of mine, but I can't say that because he abused me, and I don't know. He was
Well,
not a good person.
that'll get twisted.
Yeah, well, he did. The records are out there. The proof's out there. He beat the shit out of me, and I don't bring that up a lot. I don't want sympathy for it. I chose to be in that relationship, and you know, um, what happened happened. I can't change it. I don't know.
Well, is Jenny here still? Jenny, what happened to Jenny?
Oh, she might have fell
Oh,
off.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
she fell
I
asleep.
couldn't unmute.
Well, here's my thing. I'm not going to put any more emphasis on what's happening because I don't have to. I don't know how else to put it. I don't have to prove myself to anybody on YouTube. My subs,
Yeah,
my Patreons, uh, my members, they know me. They know me. And
I agree.
I don't feel like I should have to run around and try to prove I'm not a racist. That's the most
Right.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
It
That's
is
like trying to
ridiculous.
prove a lie,
Absolutely.
is not, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not going to, which is why I didn't watch any of that last night. I knew I was going to be the target. I saw in previous comments in chats that I was going to be the target.
Ooh.
I saw a pretty
See, I
big
missed it, and I'm glad I didn't see how horrible people were being.
well, some of the people in that chat really, really, really disappointed me, and not, and only because I got screenshots, and not because they owe me any kind of loyalty or anything like that, but people that would sit in that chat while people are being spoke to, like women are being spoke to about like that. I don't really want you back in my chat. And the same goes for the night before when another woman was being called filthy names and told her private stink and all of that. If you
God, see how.
if
Mm,
you can set through that just because you don't like that person, whether it be me or anybody else, then
that's true.
I
You need to
don't
get your
want to,
morals in check.
Yeah, agreed.
because I don't care who, we all know who I have my biggest problem with on here. And I wouldn't sit through a chat that says the disgusting things that come out of some of these other creators' mouths. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I've walked away from many of chats because people I didn't even know were getting drugged so hard they were in tears.
Mm.
There's a lot of times that I can't even read the chat. Like when I was on Rels last night, I absolutely refused. I have no idea what anyone was saying about me, and I think it's better for me to not look at the chat because I
A lot
don't
of
want
times
to.
it is.
I
Yeah.
agree, Hounds. That should be that. If anything should be changed about our Constitution, it's that.
Yeah.
It's time to change that. But I can't change it. All I can do is know my heart, know who I am as a person, and know that I like and love human beings for the way that they treat me. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of human beings on here that don't like me, treat me very poorly. And, like I said, I was shocked by some of the names I see in some of these chats where women or men or anybody are being gone at so hard that I think to myself, I don't really want to associate with you, you know? And it's not just men sitting up on panels dragging people so hard. I watched a panel the other day that somebody went at somebody's looks so hard, all because this person had an opinion.
That's so not fair. And it's mean, when you sit there and tell people how ugly they are, and it's just wrong. Like, what does that accomplish? You're absolutely trying to hurt that person, and it does hurt that person. That's why they do it, but it's wrong. Like, can't you critique what they do on YouTube? Why do you have
Right.
to go so
Call
low
them
to
out
go
on
after?
their
Yeah.
actions.
Yes. Not their looks. Gosh.
I agree, Captain Obvious, and I kind of used that excuse was, well, they started it, so I went low. I used that excuse, and then I thought that's not an excuse. That panel that I went on the other night, where I said things that I should have never said, but it was more of a jab at John than it was at John's race. It might have come off as racist. And for that, I apologize. And I've been apologizing since I went on that panel. And I'm not playing victim. I chose to take the link to get on that panel. I chose that. I didn't have to do that. I could have just let them drag me and drag me and drag me and drag me and just kept my mouth shut. But my jabs were directed at John as an individual and not at a group of people. And I'm still sorry for him. But I guarantee you won't hear any of those three apologize for what was said to me.
Yeah, they even tried to say you was driving drunk, and you never drove that night.
No, I stayed there. I told you all what I did. And now it's out there that I drank and drove, and that's upset somebody in the community that's been affected by drunk driving. And this person is a great person, and I'm not going to mention their name, but now that's affected them. And this is somebody that
People have
goes into
gone to lows
yeah.
that, shame on them.
See, I didn't believe it when I first started listening to the drama community. And
Yeah.
some of the ladies of the drama community would play clips of what this one said or what that one said, And when I say drama community, I'm going to go OG, like say two people that battle a lot, who like
Right.
Savage and
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, Savage and Sam. I'm going to use them as an example. And they play these clips, and these things are said, and I'm like, wow, wow.
Yeah. Shocking, right?
Yeah. And I'm only using Savage and Sam as examples because, well, they're drama
Well, everybody
community.
knows they have, and they
And they
had a
have
beef.
big beef.
Yeah, that's lasted for years, right?
I will overcome these rumors of being a racist, just like everybody else on this platform that's been accused of being a racist who are not. But
Yeah.
when things are said about your family or your loved ones and you go low, should that be a go-to? No, it shouldn't. But
No.
Good
I,
morning, Black Velvet and Dog Mom. Good morning,
like I said,
Carla.
the people who support me know me. They know my heart. They know my morals. I walked away from a supporter
And that's
because,
what matters at the end of the day, Tracy. We know your
It
heart.
is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, man, these people will poke and prod
and
and do
I'm not,
everything they can to hurt you, and it's wrong.
and I took the bait once. I'm
Yep.
not taking it again. That's why I didn't listen to none of this last night. None of it.
That is the best way to do it, is to shut it out. Because I'm going to tell you, that little weirdo that I know this is probably ugly, but that the purple people eater completely loves, because he's such a great person. The one that docks half the community.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
when he would talk horrible, okay, he was just so vile and nasty about us. I did the same thing, Tracy. I didn't turn it on because I knew I would get baited and I was going to go up there punching. You know what I mean?
I
So
never did
I'm
watch
with you.
him from the time of the peace treaty thing, because he had a crowd probably bigger than he's ever had. He probably had
Yeah.
over a
He
thousand
did it on
people in
purpose.
there.
He baited people for that, you know?
And
Like,
he tried to make
ugh.
people believe that he turned
Yeah,
on Lindy's computer
yeah, I know.
while he was sitting there. And I thought, well, this
Listen,
dude is
this,
full of
yeah.
shit.
He's
Look,
an
this
idiot.
idiot
I'm just
drove
gonna say
around.
it.
He is an idiot. He drove around with a dummy in his car, dressed up like another woman. Come on. You can't get more mental than that.
But when
So
he
there's
said
fun.
that he would skull F Laura's
Oh,
daughter,
yeah.
that's when I
Mm.
said,
Now,
it,
see, where
how
did
do
those
you,
morals go that, she's calling other people out about crazy stuff, right? But she let him
Yeah, but
say
he
that
can
about her
say that.
daughter, and she
I
just
have a clip.
loves him.
Yeah, I have a clip of her actually saying, "I love
Hypocrisy.
Dave. He's not he's harmless." And
Yeah,
my jaw dropped. I'm like, "Wow." And he
I
said that
know.
about your daughter, and you think that he's harmless? Okay.
See, that whole thing that she brought up. Sorry, y'all. I probably should have griped about it before, but
Oh,
of the whole
girl, you're
guilty by
good.
association, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of is going to bite her right in the butt because, now, sorry, but you made me guilty, so therefore you're going to be guilty for Dave soon.
Yep. Yep.
well,
And see, the difference is she was asking that, and, I think I was away and I heard it afterwards. So the difference in the question she asked about
morning, sunny
me
side
being
up.
guilty for Benny and her being guilty for Dave, the difference is character. I've not doxed people straight out on my streams, and
Yeah,
I don't do things
absolutely.
like that. You can look back and you can find the things I've been a part of. And we can also look back and find what she has. So, I mean, it's a big difference. People are not stupid, Tracy, and that's like with them calling you racist, and you were absolutely not. Anybody that thinks that is a moron, and people can look at your character and see you're not.
Yes, agreed.
Well, I was what really upset me was, and I don't know if you watch, I think you came into my live yesterday, but a creator that I have absolutely no problem with was dropping her channel link with the hashtag Tracy is racist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dropping her own channel link with the hashtag Tracy is racist. I have no problem with this person whatsoever. She left
And it's
YouTube. She came back. She said she was a different person. She didn't want to fight. Her channel's about makeup, advice. Her and her husband go live streaming. I've been in her live streams and I have no problem whatsoever with this person. And I look into a stream and she is dropping her own channel link, hashtag Tracy is racist. So what's
That's pretty
John?
oh
thirsty
my
there.
gosh.
So what's John say? He says, "Watch me. I'm gonna get my this person so many subs, as if that affects me, as
Well,
if
and let's
her
talk about
having
this last.
subs affects me. Did
Let's
she
talk
lose
about this.
subs because
Pettiness.
Did she lose subs because she said that? Yeah, because people that care about me went over and
Yeah.
unsubbed her.
Let me
Well,
say something. Last night, Laura said, and Sarah, this is quote. I'm quoting this. Sarah, your friend doxed her. Unquote. Where did my friend dox her?
She's talking about me saying Jennifer Jones.
Oh,
That was her channel
oh,
name.
oh, well, that's good grief. That was a channel name, though.
Yeah,
right.
she went by it forever.
This
That's not a
apples and
dox.
oranges.
If Laura wants to talk
No,
about
it's
me
not.
doxing her, how about when she came into my chat, said she was coming after me. Now this has been over a year ago. Come into my chat, said she was coming for me, and dropped her own phone number in my chat.
Oh crap! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well then,
And we talked. We talked on the phone. I took a screenshot of it. I called her. I was like, what is wrong with you? What are you coming for me for? So if she wants to say I doxed her, go ahead. Laura doxes people every day. Oops, accident. I'll play Laura's little game. Oop, that was an accident. Just like she has 180's tax ID number. How did you get that, Laura? How do you get somebody's tax ID number? I don't even know mine.
She showed that
yeah,
accidentally on purpose.
right. Accidentally on purpose.
It's
Always.
always accidentally on purpose with her.
Yep.
Always.
And
And then
see,
she'll sit up there and
oh man.
say, have I doxed people? Yeah, yeah. Motherfucker, and then she's crying, quit doxing my 70-year-old mother. I haven't seen her mom doxed.
I haven't either. I don't know
What in
about
the
that.
Does she just pull these like out of her butt?
Yes, she inserts herself so she
Yeah.
gets talked
Sounds
about.
like.
So it's a topic.
Yeah, right. Which
Mhm.
that does make complete sense because I have heard her say, and everybody's talking about me everywhere and nobody's talking about her. Like,
Right.
where? Show me. I don't hear anybody.
Jenny, do you remember she took off for the weekend, and when she came back, she comes on to discuss Randy and Fod's situation, and even says
Oh, yeah,
my
I
people
do.
paid me to talk about this. My people paid me to talk about
Oh,
this. Well, Laura, for once in your life, put up a receipt that your people said, hey, Laura, I'll give you money if you go live tonight and talk about a topic that everybody's burnt out on talking about.
I have heard Laura say, and I've got this as a clip. So if you deny it, I will put it out there. She said, you have to have haters to stay relevant.
Yep.
she got that from Katie.
Yeah,
Yep.
she sure did. She gets a lot of things from Katie.
Yes, she does.
She has nothing
Her
original.
bad breath.
Nothing that woman does is original.
But
No,
then
it's
it's
not.
only been 2
Somebody
weeks.
said that
It's
before.
only been 2 weeks ago she did a live about, I don't understand all of these men attacking women. Blah, 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 blah. And then
What?
she literally sat in a chat last night where I was being full blown attacked.
And yeah, see, that's the stuff that really is. Ooh, it's kind of like, are you crazy?
You know what? Love matters. I might have
Can you
said
not
that about
see
Laura,
that?
but I never said it about her kids like she tried to go with last night. I never wished death on her kids like she ran with last night. Try again.
Oh,
Well, you
The
put
old COVID
rushed
thing.
instead of with because you can't spell, obviously.
Oh, the old Sarah wish
Oh,
COVID on Laura trick.
Tracy, last night she was on her live and said that Sarah wished my kids COVID and dead. I
what?
was shocked. Yeah. I mean, I was dumbfounded she said that. All these people heard her say that. Now they're going to think that I really said that. Laura, I'm calling
Yeah,
you out
see,
again.
that's what probably done it on purpose. You
Sure,
know
she
that,
does.
right?
She does. She plants those seeds all the time.
Yeah, that
That's
whole
what she does.
misconfusion and misinformation really.
I need some
Oh,
proof that I said that. Now, we all
yeah,
know that I said, I hope you get COVID. I said that. I sure shit did. But I've never mentioned your kids and I've never wished death on your kids. You're an
Nope.
asshole for saying that I did. You liar. You
yeah.
are a liar, Laura. Laura, liar.
Yeah, she
I
does
think
that a lot. She twists, but people
we need to
forget that
name her.
she just sat on a panel prior to this when COVID first come out, and I was like in full stress mode because if I get COVID, I'm probably not going to survive. My numbers are not, the statistics are not good for me. Okay, because of my underlying health matters. So it like just pushed me
Yeah,
over the edge a little bit, and she knew this, but she sat on a live and said something to the extent of if her brother got COVID, then she wouldn't have to split her inheritance and she would get his house.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. Now that's just nasty dirty. Like
Yes.
that's just wow.
Now, did she say it in a joking manner? Yeah. Would I
It
ever
doesn't
say
matter.
that in a
Just the
joking
fact that
manner?
her brain was thinking that to begin with is
Mac,
awful.
That's what I was gonna say exactly.
don't
Like
you
even
ever
her
be embarrassed.
brain going there.
Mac, don't you ever
Wow.
be embarrassed. Don't you ever. You're a good person.
Mac, we love you. I love Mac. She's so
I do
I
sweet.
love
too.
Mac 11. Yeah.
And she got triggered yesterday over something that wasn't
Yeah,
true.
she comes on panel. I said
And
channel.
it's because of the way things got misconstrued one night. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her a bit. But I mean, that was just an ugly night on that panel, and I have apologized, and I'm done with it. You know, not one of those three have
Yeah.
apologized, not one. And I don't even want to
Ugh.
repeat what Makeup Mobster said because I don't want to trigger anybody in here, because I don't want to hurt
Mm.
Mac. But I'm not even going to say what Makeup Mobster said.
So she had to have gone pretty dirty then too.
She did.
Wow. See these moral high grounds, right? That people are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do such dirty, nasty things to people. It's like
Jenny,
the
here's the
pot
thing:
calling the kettle.
people don't know who they're talking to and what's being said.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
there's been a video released by some freaking troll account somewhere that's dropping Kimmy P's Discord.
Yep.
Have you seen that?
Unfortunately, yep.
I saw it last night. And I told
I did
Jenny, I said,
too.
I just saw this. I'm so sorry. I support you
And
fully.
I have
But
got to say this
here's
about
my
it though.
thing: you
This is
don't
so
know.
low down and dirty, especially the timing of this, whoever it is, which
Yeah.
it'll be traced and they'll be found out. But it is the timing when Kimmy just had her sweet baby.
Should
Yeah.
be having the time of her life right now.
Right.
Should be, yeah, yes.
Absolutely. So whoever did that, regardless of what it was for, the timing is horrible.
Yep, I agree.
And it's just shameful. God, nobody has any freaking feelings anymore. It's like,
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have dropped screenshots from Laura's Discord because when Laura lies, I'm going to prove it. But
yeah,
it's not like Laura didn't get moist. And I'm saying that to get at Wendy. Um, and I adore Wendy, but it's
I do too.
um when Stephanie Brown's Discord was put out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Her and Makeup's Lobster,
They had a blast with it.
absolutely. Yeah,
They
they
had a
sure
blast with
did,
it.
little demons.
But
I'm going to bring Mac 11 Lynn up here real quick because I know she wants to say something real quick.
don't you dare say nothing about her Discord.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Kalea is saying check your email, sir. I don't know if you can do all of that at once.
I can't because I'm on my phone. I'm so sorry. I will as soon as the stream is over. I'm so sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning, Mac.
darling. How are you?
I wanted to make something clear. You know, my bit of meltdown yesterday, I was ashamed. I was embarrassed,
Don't
and
be.
I was a bit shocked. You know, I was in a motor vehicle accident a number of years back, and I didn't realize anything could ever trigger me. I thought I'd dealt with everything, and you know, Tracy, I wanted to make sure today that any and everybody knew it had nothing to do with you. Sarah could have been on cam, sitting in a car, having had some drinks. Jenny could have been the same. It could have been anybody. The name is not important. It was somebody having drinks, sitting in a car. Tracy, it had nothing to do with regards to you. It was all about me.
I
And
understand.
it was an accident that led to, I don't know. It's a long story that's too personal. But that being stated, I don't want any repercussions whatsoever to fall to Tracy because I adore Tracy. It's simple.
I just want to reassure you, Mac, that I did not drive.
Oh, honey.
And that's a rumor being put out there that
Oh, you know what the odd thing is, Trace? What triggered me was somebody, maybe even a little bit under the influence. It wouldn't have mattered. It could have been Mar. I adore Mar. It could have been anybody. It was kind
I
of like,
know.
but the thing is, and whether driving or not, I saw it and like I've never thought I could. You know, Sarah, you have had lives about people being triggered,
Yeah.
right? I never knew anything could trigger me, but sweetheart, it when I got triggered, I left YouTube. You know, I had to log off and I stayed off because I thought, whoa, what just happened there? I just want to make it clear. I mean, it's me. It's a history. It's something that happened in the past to me, and I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be
And,
embarrassed.
and I'm
And I'm
so
sorry that that I triggered you. Um,
no. It could have been John or Laura. It could have been anybody. You know what I mean? Put in any name.
oh, I
That's all.
know. I'm not.
It,
I'm trust me. I'm not taking it personal. I spoke
no,
with
no.
Mar. I asked Mar to get in touch with you. I spoke
Yeah.
with Mar. Mar said, it was, it wasn't me,
No,
but
that's right.
the fact that they're even still saying it, Mac, when
It,
I didn't do it. I
oh,
mean,
I was glad to see you finally got out, for God's sakes. Oh, my Lord, I'd like to get out. Really? Tracy's out and she's got different clothes on. Whoa.
yeah, it's because I don't go. I mean, because of COVID, I'm scared to death to go anywhere.
I
But
know.
Mac, I'm so sorry that
No,
because when I
don't.
heard you cry yesterday, it broke my freaking heart.
You
It
know,
did mine.
it's so strange. I'm a strong person. I know that. Not physically, but spiritually. And for me to freaking break down, I thought, well, wait a minute, girl, get a grip here. What's wrong with you?
Severus vape. Hang on, Mac. Severus vape. Drunk driving is wrong, grumpy grandpa. Yes, Fod, it is wrong. And making fun of black people is wrong. Yes, it is wrong. I can't agree with you more, Severus vape. Um, or Severus Vape, whatever your name is. I could not agree with you more. But I did not drink and drive. Okay. I do not drink and drive. And please call me Grumpy Grandma because I don't like being called out of my gender. And making fun of black people, you're right. And the sad thing is my jabs was at John, not at a race just because he happened to be black. I'm not excusing what I said. I should have never gone on that panel. I took a beating and I returned a beating and I went low and I should have never done it. So I have apologized now for the 15th time and I'm not doing it anymore. So bye, Fod. I'm sorry, Mac.
Oh no, that needed to be said. It's just I appreciate you letting me up, Sarah, and I was mortified. And by the way, the joke from the day before, I think that needs to be explained a bit more. I know you girls were both like upset about something, and I made a comment in the chat something like, "Oh, something about New York accents." Don't you? I don't know
Yes.
if you remember me teasing Laura all the time when she first got her Invisalign. Did you buy the ones with the New York accent or the Alabama accent, or did you try? Did you decide for like a Boston accent? I was all the time. I don't know if you girls missed it, and that was way back. You guys, girls, were still there. I was trying to be funny then, and like I overdid a joke, but still, all the
No,
time.
not
And
at
she
all. I
said,
didn't understand it.
that's where that came from. And I thought, well, they missed that completely. I think I'll just sneak down and get out of here as fast as I can. I was trying to be funny.
Mac,
Mac,
you're always
I
welcome in my streams. Always.
Well, I
I
do
adore
apologize,
you.
Tracy, and I don't want any negativity to Tracy because this has nothing to do with Tracy. It's me. And you know what? I just, hey, live to learn every day. I never realized that things can trigger me. Wow, there we go.
Things trigger me too, sweetie. Trust me.
There. But
Mac, I adore you. I really
but
do. I think you are so sweet and kind, and I'm so sorry that you got upset. And
well, I
don't ever
adore
be embarrassed
everybody.
for feeling. We all
And
have feelings.
I think what bothers me the most, just looking at everybody in, not retrospect, because I'm not looking backwards, just looking in general. I mean, guys, whoever's listening to this, can you leave? I mean, look, measure Tracy on the merit of her word as she speaks it, because I've heard some pretty profound, strong lives from Tracy. The one re- regarding, looking through the eyes of the mother of an addict. That was probably the best line that Tracy ever did. It spoke to everybody. And I'm telling you, I don't know, remember how many people were in your chat, but Tracy, you had everybody spellbound.
But
Yeah.
can I tell you something, Mac? And I would like to continue that series because trust me, I've got 17 years or more worth of stories. But do you know that that's been used against me?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. The ones that are trying to squash her are the ones that don't want maybe to see you have success. So I take that as a thumbs up, and I just keep going. You have to follow your own heart and your own mind, not anybody else's. But it's easier to put somebody down than build them up. So I think it's hard. You have to put in your earplugs and put on your blinders and move right through. Trashing people who trash everybody is never going to help anybody. You know what I mean? You're more than that. You
Thank you,
are.
Mac.
And it's a compliment to everybody. And you know what? Yeah, I can get caught up, but I'm really making sure that I sit on my hands and just watch a lot. And when I do go into Laura's, I'm going to say I do go everywhere, but I tease her. When Laura will say, I'm 49 quarter of a nickel, I'll play even chat. No, you're 57, aren't you? Ah, and I mean, I know I'm kind of picking at her. I purposely do, and that's shameful of me, but it
Yeah,
is
but
what it is.
Laura acts like she adores you, Mac. And if that's the case, then
I don't know if she does, and I don't know if she doesn't. I wasn't appreciated. The thing is, it's a business, and I finally got that. It's a business. It's not about people. It was a business. We were dollar signs. That's it. End of story. And I don't care. I walked away, and I promised myself. I made a promise to myself, not to anybody else. I'm not going to say anything. And when I do go in and pick a bit, that's it. That's just me picking. End of story. She's
yeah.
had
And
negative stuff.
I think Laura knows that. I think she knows that you're just, you're just having fun. So, and isn't that what
And
it's all about? Is having
yeah,
fun, supposed
and
to be.
Tracy, you're so much more. I mean, I guess I could tell. I don't know. You might think I'm talking through my butt, but I was never so moved by a life as yours about your son. Really, seriously. I'm not bullshitting. I've sat, through a lot of lives, but that was the cat's meow. It really was.
Thank you.
So,
I mean, thank you for appreciating what I had to say. And I would love to continue that series because, like I said, I have 17 years worth of
yeah.
stories, just like Sarah has years and years of, her recovery stories and
I
back in
got it.
her using days. But it gets used against you to where somebody even strikes up a live with a hypodermic needle to go
Yep.
at you.
And
And
that's where your
it's,
strength has to come in. But between the two of you, stop and think about it. A lot of people have used or have had loved ones that have used. I never have, and I'll tell you what it did for me. It broadened my education in trying to understand how parents or siblings or people who formerly used are affected. I didn't
yes,
know, so it was an
addiction affects
education.
everyone that loves the addict, you know.
Yeah, and I don't like. I mean,
I laid in bed. Now this will probably get used against me, but I laid in bed the other night and well, actually I was on the phone with some friends and I cried and I said, "Why do I have to go through this? Why have I had to go through this when I've never been an addict? Why, it's not fair. I had a case of the poor me's, but God gave me my son for a reason because he obviously thinks I have the strength to deal with it where other people might not have. I don't know. I have to look at it as some sort of a blessing
maybe
because if it's all negative, then anything that's all negative is not good.
maybe
You know,
God gave you your son, your son, the spirit of your own son, because He could see the strength you had to be able to raise him. in the way he needed to be, and to have a mother who wouldn't walk away from him,
Yeah. Well,
because many others might have.
many do, and that's their way of handling it. And I'm not criticizing anybody for the way they handle
No, yeah,
their loved ones, but
he's lucky to have you, and you're lucky to have him, right? End of
oh,
story.
thank you. Jenny, you don't have to leave because of me. I'm gonna hop down anyways.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no, I'm gonna hop down
eating
too. Listen, thank you,
breakfast.
Sarah. I appreciate
I
it,
was just
and
gonna let you know real
I'm
quick.
mortified and I'm
I
embarrassed,
really do
and
appreciate y'all so much.
I
Don't be
love you
love you,
to death,
mortified.
Jenny.
Don't be.
Jenny.
And
I
Jenny, I'll
just
see you
you
tonight.
have to come cut up with us sometime. We've decided in the chat that we're gonna get you and Vinny on a panel,
Oh
yeah,
God,
okay, that'd be
and
fun.
I've only
Don't
gone
just
put
head
them
to
for
all.
head with.
laughs.
I've
You
only
know,
gone head to head with Vinny one time, and it wasn't good.
Tracy,
so
you just can't put the
be
moves on Vinny.
partial.
You know.
We're gonna
I
make him
just
bake a cake soon again,
Oh God, really? I'm there. He
but
can't
I
cook.
am about to eat breakfast.
Have a
well
I
good
really
enjoy.
do
morning, Jenny.
appreciate
Thank
Thank
you,
for
you.
Sarah.
every one of y'all individually. You're good people, and we need more around here. You know.
You
Sarah, I
are too.
apologize for interrupting
Oh,
your.
don't
No,
apologize.
Mac.
You didn't interrupt at
I
all.
wanted to hear
No,
from
you
you.
didn't.
But I just thought I didn't want any negativity to flow on Tracy. It is what it is, right? But I
And
do apologize. I mean,
no, don't apologize. No, you did nothing wrong. And I
yeah,
want to tell
blubbery of it.
everybody, Jenny's having a live tonight. Everybody needs to be there. What time will it be, Jenny Jen Jen?
I'm gonna try to do it a little earlier at 7 instead of 8 because some people it's in different areas it's late for them. That's what they were telling me last week. So I'm gonna
Cool.
move it to
I can't
7.
use my wrench
Six.
when I'm on panel. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so everybody make sure you're at Jenny Jen Jen's tonight at 7 o'clock.
Eastern, right, Jenny?
7 Central my time. So it would
Okay.
be
Oh
yeah.
God, math.
I know, right? You know
I
what?
graduated high school with math
Diane
one,
used to
so don't
say
look at me to give you.
we used
I
to
will,
use
Brian.
different people in the community and use like it's Randy time and then it's Diane time. We Eastern and Central. But
It don't
so
matter. It'll
for
adjust
me,
my. I'll
so
I'll hit the notification. It'll adjust to
and
my time.
plus, y'all, we fell back, so we have an extra hour, a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Unfortunately.
that.
Not gonna feel like it, but
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah,
So yeah, be looking for Jenny Jen Jen's live. It's gonna
I'll
yeah.
be a
be
good
There
there.
you
one.
go. Amber's on Eastern time, so yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay,
And I
cool.
might drag her up there if I can get her. But I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I enjoy
Okay. Have a
y'all so
great
much as
morning,
human
Jenny. I
beings.
love you dearly.
Enjoy
Love
your
y'all to death.
breakfast. See you in a bit.
All right.
And Mac, I'm so glad you came up. I wanted to hear from you so bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry that she just dropped down. I was wanting to let her know that she has nothing to be embarrassed about. We love Mac 11, and we don't judge her for going into Laura's. She can go wherever she wants. If she likes Laura, she should be allowed to go over there to Laura. If she likes you, Tracy, she should be able to go to you, and nobody needs to judge her for that. Mac 11 is a really good person, and I hated hearing her cry. I really did. It made me sad.
Oh, like I said, I adore Mac. I don't judge her or anybody where they go. Like I said, if you can set through a stream where people are being drugged so hard and such nasty, horrible things being said, then that's on you. It's not me. I've left many a streams because of the dragon.
And since
Uh,
it's me and you up on panel right now, I want to say, I'm sorry if I said anything wrong last night when I went up on Rel's panel. I
no,
just
I
want to,
know you were trying to stop it. I know what you were doing. You were trying to stop it. You were trying to defend me. And I actually
yeah.
appreciate that. I really do. Um, I personally knew in advance because I'd seen some comments that I was going to be the dragon of the night. And I was just going to, let it happen, get it out, say what you got to say about me. It just, and I know it was bothering you. I had people messaging me saying, oh my God, don't listen to this. Don't listen to this. I didn't. Um, but I knew it was going to happen in advance. I had seen a particular creator dropping hints that this was going to go down.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Good morning, true helper.
Well, good morning.
It's always a good
Uh,
day when you hear true helper's voice. I love his voice.
oh,
I
wow. Thank
agree.
you.
True
I
helper.
appreciate that.
Sarah, I'm going to go back down to the chat
Okay,
and
Trace. Hope
I'll
you
be
have a good
listening.
morning.
Yeah, nothing personal, true helper. I adore you. So I'm going to go to the
It's all
chat.
it's all good. It's all
All
good.
right.
I think y'all are gonna want to hear what I have to say anyway.
I definitely do.
Well,
I always want to listen to what you have to say.
I appreciate that. A couple of points actually. Somebody I caught up with in a chat last night finally put something out there that I figured was what Trish and a bunch of them were clinging on to.
Mm-hmm.
I have been compared with this grumpy granny or Granny Fanny. That's the guy's name for about 6 months now, and it all started out on Kelly the Advocate's channel. And somebody came in and said, "Is that GF? Is that GF?" And then she ended up calling me up because I wasn't around at that time. So I went and listened to this guy, and he does a kid around Russian voice from time to time. And I also have been known to use that same thing, but anybody with half common sense would know that there is no similarity. All you got to do is listen to both of us speak side by side for 30 seconds or longer, and you will hear the very distinct differences between us two. So
Mm-hmm.
that's rumor number one, that it should be shot out of the water. Two, I'll actually put this out there, and this is for Trish and anybody else out there who thinks that they're going to sit there and try to throw nonsense out there. I will offer $10,000 cash and carry to anybody that can bring hard evidence of me being in any other community causing this quote shit end quote uh, and or to prove that I am in fact Granny Fanny. Let's just put that out there like that, okay? Because frankly, I'm not about all the rumor train and all that. I believe if you can bring something to light that is actual, it's proof positive, and there is no going against what has been said, then that's fine. But prove it, you know.
Right.
As they say, shit or get off the pot. It's just enough is enough. And frankly, normally it doesn't bother me at all. But when I see some of these really sweet-hearted, kind-hearted people in different chats, and they bring this kind of stuff up to me, it's not good in any way, shape, or form. For as much as I have done, and I can guarantee you one thing, and I also put this out there as a bet and/or challenge to most of them that are talking crap on me. I can guarantee you that I do more, and I'm rarely ever egotistical, but I probably do more in 1 week than they probably do in a year for humanity. No ifs,
Yep.
ands, or buts about that. Last year alone, we saved 3 lives. Have y'all? I don't think so. And I know that because I also work with some of the best souls that are out there. And that's not to you, obviously, Sarah. That's to anybody out there talking crap or who wants to sit there and try to drag my name and sit there and think you're going to make a live about it, and then I'm just going to go silent. It's not going to happen because, again, I come with facts. And facts always rule over feelings. And it's another reason why I'd love to debate the likes of John, because I have sat back, I have listened to some of this nonsense about systemic racism and all that, and I've also heard of, I know we're not a perfect country, but I can tell you one thing, we're a heck of a lot better than many other third world countries. And yes, do we have a little bit of a checkered, shady, disgusting past? Absolutely. But anybody in the last 20 to 30 years that I know that's been raised, and oh God, we have all kinds of shapes and sizes, colors, forms, creeds, political ideologies, you name it. We have every single type of person you could imagine in where I used to grow up, or where I grew up. Pardon me, words are hard right now. And we were never taught to see colors, as was many other people. Now, does that mean that there's not racists out there amongst our population in society today? Absolutely. Absolutely there are. And it's disgusting itself. But, and this is for Tracy, okay? One moment of a joke or one bad decision does not equate to one being a racist, John, and anybody else out there. It really doesn't. Now, I know some are a little more sensitive to that topic. But again, when I approach that type of issue, I don't bring feelings involved. I really don't. Have I been called names? Absolutely. Left, right, and center. See, and that's the other thing I've not put out there yet. You don't know my race. You don't know how I was raised, what
Right.
hood I was raised in. And it's, I laugh, and especially the whole one-sided perspective thing. Again, anytime, any place. Well, shouldn't say anytime because we've been pretty busy here lately, but I love to make an event out of it. I would love, love, love to just bring the facts and figures forward, and for a person like he and I to have a very spirited debate over this topic. Because I think the way that some speak can borderline gaslight others into believing things that really aren't true. And especially
Absolutely.
about the whole employment issue. I've said this time and time again in many different debates. You show me one law out there that is actually discriminates against any race right now, and I'd gladly pay almost any figure. I really would, because there's not. If anything, there are laws to the contrary, and that's just the way that it is. It's fact. It's fact, not feelings. And that's why laws are what they are. Granted, they're named usually after different people, from different situations, but most of them are fact-based, and that's what they have to be. That's what pretty much rules and presides over the land. And that's what makes us a civilized society and nation like we are today. And not for nothing, but being as obviously we were born in 1776, we are one of the best countries in the world when it comes now to race relations, even with religious relations. I mean, you name it. There's just nobody that can dispute that fact. And if you'd like to try again, it'd be another thing. I'd love to sit on a panel with anybody. You can bring your facts, I'll bring mine. And I'd love if we could make it a good night.
Yeah,
And
make a
as,
debate out of it.
absolutely. And as many know, I don't scream. I don't believe in it. If y'all want to unload or anybody wants to come up, I'd rather prefer to have 2, 3, even 4 people versus my one viewpoint. I really would. Because, believe me, especially with the race relation deal, I've been on several debates, and every time I've walked away knowing that the facts have prevailed yet again, because there are a lot of emotions that are involved in that topic. And it is sad with certain events that have taken place in and around our country, with shootings and all that stuff. But again, to say that these specific moments in time equate to our whole country being racist is just the most ridiculous BS thing I have ever heard in my life. And frankly, it disrespects everything our forefathers have helped to build our nation into today, and every person in between. Every single soldier that has lost and given their lives, that has soaked our flag in blood in the name of the civil rights and liberties and everything that we enjoy today, that is a direct insult to them. And that's why I love doing these kinds of things. But sorry to go on my little soapbox there for a moment.
No, I'm glad you came up. I didn't even know that you was being accused of being, who is this, Granny Fanny?
Granny Fanny, yes. And
Yeah.
Doodle is one person that knows for a fact, because well, I'm not going to get the whole history of it, but just say she knows for a fact that I am not this individual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And anybody that sits back and listens to the two of us, and we've already, and even Kelly the advocate, when I wasn't around, I was off of YouTube for about 3 or 4 weeks a few months ago when a lot of the accusations came out. And even she had to go back, and I guess she was listening to whatever she could find of him and all that, and then she finally came to me and she's like, yeah, look, listen, there's something going on right now. Somebody thinks that you're this certain person. And even then, like, I don't got nothing against this guy. I don't know this guy to have anything against him. Now, did my inbox get flooded with different conspiracies and, oh my God, this guy, you got to watch out and all? Absolutely, because that's just the name of the game. That is the social drama. That is YouTube. Okay. I mean, unfortunately, I don't care what community that you're a part of, but it happens. And so I went down the list, and I'm like, I gotta get past it, obviously, and there's no hard feelings over it, really. Because again, I don't know this individual. Frankly, I don't want to know this individual. I don't need. I should say that's a little insulting. I don't need to know this individual. You know what I mean? Whatever
Yeah.
he does is what he does, and whatever his life, it has no impact on me either way. It's just like anything else on the social media or on the tubes. You can easily put it down by easily hitting that little power button. Or frankly, do what I do once in a while. I'll take my phone and bury that SOB for about 3 or 4 days if I don't feel like it. It really is that easy. And anybody that wants to throw shade or sit there and drag your name or whatever else, it's a
Well, yeah,
no.
and it sucks when people are basing, or saying that you are this person or that person based off of assumptions. There's no facts to it, but then people are going to believe it because a creator said it. And that's
Hmm.
not fair at all. And so, yeah, you have every right to come up and say, I am not this person. Please prove that I am. It,
Exactly.
it's ridiculous.
And that's why, like I said, I'll even give them a little voice demo, and I know exactly what night it was from. I was on panel with Kelly, and we were messing around, and I did the whole Russian thing, and I honestly I can't even remember what I said. It was something like I want to take care of my babushkas or something like that, And it's
Yeah.
just something stupid, so minute, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, he is him.
Oh, gosh.
I still don't even know if that's an insult or not.
Yeah, I don't even know who this Granny Fanny is. I have no idea.
I don't know. He might be from a totally different community, or at least I think that's from what I understand. But
Hmm.
again, I know I've said her name now a couple times. She's probably like, shut up, Drew." But again, I think Doodle it has actually been over in that community or something like that. But there have been several others as well. And everybody that has sat back and done their due diligence instead of taking that little bit of information or knowledge and running with it, then they're like, oh, okay, I can hear it. Just use your ears and be responsible with them instead of just being all hyped up and you're actually rooting out like, oh my God, it's got to be, it's got to be. Just, calm yourself first and you sit there and listen. And like I said, it's a $10,000 bet. I put it out there like that. And
Absolutely.
prove it beyond a reasonable doubt by all means. Because again, as I said the last time I was on your panel, I know that every time I get on any panel, I think about every single little thing I'm going to say. Though the words don't always come out properly, but that's a whole different matter. But I
That's
am,
me to a T. I do that too.
I know, I call it word salad. It just happens sometimes. But I do. I'm very, very cautious and careful because I also know that many times, there's several sponsees and fellow sponsors that will also listen to different panels that I'm on. And I don't want to ever do anything that may disrespect all that we've done, and all that we've accomplished. Because one wrong move, one racial disparity, one ugly bit of nonsense can really make or break someone's trust in the blink of an eye. And
Yes.
I would never do that, especially working as hard as I have for over 20 years. And with many sponsors, I actually still have after 20 plus years. I wouldn't want to do that to them. So that's why I know
Yeah,
that's
it's not okay to discredit someone based off of lies or based off of something that isn't factual. That's not okay.
mhm. I'm so sorry if you can hear that machine running right now.
Oh, that's okay.
But yeah, how did your Halloween go?
It was good. We went and kind of celebrated my son, and we took him to a party so he could see his friend that was here visiting his father from Iowa. So it was great. I'm always doing things for Daniel, and so we didn't go out and go to any kind of parties ourselves, or we didn't pass out any kind of candy. We just kind of made it all about Dano. So it was fun.
Nice,
We didn't do
nice.
anything very special.
Yeah, we
So
did
yeah,
our
how was yours?
we did our typical community thing again. We had oh Lord, I'd say at least 400 to 500 groups of or 400 to 500 kids, and these roving bands come through, and it's so good. We had actually moved a few years ago into a newer community, and of course, as per my norm, I had to kind of get into setting up community relations and all that. But we had a one heck of a fireworks display and had all the grills out and a couple bonfires going, and just these. Again, we had to have between 400 to 500 kids come through. It was just unbelievable
Oh,
because they come from all these surrounding communities as well, and it was just. I don't know. I guess being empty nesters now, I just love seeing all these little guys and gals come up with all these different types of outfits and all. It was a great night. It really was. Definitely enjoyed it.
our that's awesome. Our community, our sobriety community, they did a little sobriety trick or treat dress up night, but we was going to go to that, but my son's little friend came in, and so we kind of wanted to be able to take him to his friend's house, so we wasn't able to go to that. But I love it when people in recovery do things, especially on Halloween or certain holidays. They all get together and do the sober thing. I wish we could have done that, but that's all right.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That's actually something we've been doing for probably about 10 years. But they know I'm usually, how do they refer to it, as the party pooper, because I never end up showing up. But they know. I always tell them way ahead of time. I just usually toss in some money for the pool and or just to help pull some of the money, and that's about it. I tell them have a blast. We have this church that we use a lot for different functions that they
Hmm.
all gather in. It's always a good time, and you're right. It gives them an outlet too, especially those that
Yeah.
might be single or aren't, say, in a decent neighborhood or whatnot. It gives them a place to go and just to feel like they're having a good time.
Yeah, and it gives them a place to feel like they're a part of something without having to use or drink. It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Brian, on 90 days. That's awesome.
Oh wow! And how do
That's good stuff.
I've never known how to pull up chat on my phone. I know I'm
It
scared that
took
if
me a
I
while to figure it out.
yeah, well, it's just I'm all thumbs when it comes to these kinds of things. The last time I tried to access something like that, I ended up knocking myself off panel. But hey, nothing new there. Like just because I may seem civilized and a little bit of an intellectual type doesn't mean I know that much about technology. That's for dang sure. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. At the end of the day, people just have to try to get past your feelings when somebody initially hits you with a doozy of some kind or some kind of rumor. These other creators out there that are just looking to meet the mark as far as their little their live streams and all that stuff. That's all well and fine. But when you start weaponizing things like racism and all that, and you take one event out of someone's life after not knowing them the least bit,
Mhm.
and you throw that blanket term out there, to me, again, it's not warranted. It's not at all. I know people that I
No, it's
grew up
race
with.
baiting and it's wrong.
Exactly. And I know people that I grew up with that used to throw the N with the hard R word around like it
Mm.
was nothing. But that didn't make them racist. It was just something that they did, for whatever reason. And once you got past the initial outrage or the initial gut feeling of, oh my God, how could they say something like that? And then you really look into why, or what their upbringing was like, or what their little crew was like when they were growing up. I mean, there's just so many different reasons for why people do things. And again, to make a blanket assessment about somebody based just because you hear that word and you think that automatically warrants somebody being called that. I mean, even if a joke is thrown out there, again, you got to think about the situation that the joke was inserted into. You know what I mean? And I think certain
Yeah.
people, they are clever in the way that they word things, because they know if they use a little clever term or a little clever joke or something like that, and it is on the border of said, maybe a little colorful type of racism or whatnot, then you can't be all pissed off when somebody comes back at you and uses another joke right against you. It just, again, do unto others as you'd have done to you. I was born, bred,
Absolutely.
and raised with that. And to me, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing, basically. But all right, there, Sarah, I gotta get going. I just wanted to stop by and say hello.
Thank you for coming up. It's always a pleasure to have you up and listen to you. I could listen to you all day.
I appreciate that.
I respect you so much. You just really have no idea. And I mean, I wish people would stop going at you so hard, because if they knew what you was
It's
about,
okay.
oh, it
It's
just
okay.
bothers me.
Yeah, but that's why, like I said, I will put that out there. As a matter of fact, between creators or whatnot, well, I'm not even a creator, but between us, I'll make any one of them individual $1,000 bet apiece and an overall $10,000 reward. If you can furnish, provide, and publish any proof of these baseless, false claims, then by all means, bring it forward. Because you know what? Enough is enough. Because again, frankly,
Absolutely. I agree.
and I do have to start drawing a line a little bit. Now, like I said, I was in a chat last night, and a sweetheart was in there, and it brought up the question to me, and it was I didn't really think about it much then, but then I started thinking about it here today, and that could, in fact, impede and hurt what it is that I do. Because if it was, in fact, put
Yeah.
out there that I'm somebody that can't be trusted, now you're talking about some relationships that have been built and forged over decades, not just months or days. That many relationships are built on the tubes, but I mean in my real life for decades, because many of our sponsorship group is, in fact, all over the tubes and all over many
Mm-hmm.
different social media platforms. And if rumor like that was to really gain traction of any type, let me tell you one thing right now. One thing I can proudly say is that we have one of the best legal representation teams in the damn country, and there's a reason for it. Because again, the
Mm-hmm.
association that we've also spent decades building, we're second to none, and I'm proud to say that. That might even sound a little bit egotistical, but when it comes to the health and welfare of many of our patients, sponsors, and sponsees alike, we are proud to say that. We work
And
hard
it's
each
not
and every
okay
day.
to discredit someone's reputation just because you don't like them, or to discredit their reputation based off of a lie. That's
Mm-hmm.
not okay. People need to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm. And I want to just make it clear. I'm not even, when I say what I just said, I'm not even saying that about being compared to some of a guy, okay, this granny fanny guy. I could
Mm-hmm.
care less about that. But the whole community thing, that is a bit insulting, because, again, I know how I am everywhere I go. I am always the same person. I am the very same way each and every single chat, every single community. Doesn't matter what time, what day. I am not that type where I hop online if I'm all mad or ticked off or, sad or whatever. I know the limitations to myself. I really do. And I know that I'm not going to sit up and get up in some panel or get into a chat when I'm just 3 shades of messed up in the head. I'm just not going to do it, because
Right.
I know I have the possibility of saying something that I then can't take back. That's the
And
one
that's
thing
why
that
I respect you, because you stay true to who you are.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And I do
Absolutely.
try, and I would put that out as probably the best advice I could give for today. Just for everybody out there, think about what you say before you were going to say it, especially when it's something that is typed in a chat or if you're up on a panel, because once you put it out there, you cannot take it back. You just
Yep.
can't. And it's not a cut at anybody. That's not an insult. It's not a passive joke of any kind, but it's the truth. Because this is why these other drama channels and all that. This is why they take that type of information and they beat it into the proverbial ground, because they know it makes for good cannon fodder. They really do, and it does bring in. Drama sells. That's just what it's about, unfortunately. And as we've all noticed, when you're just talking straight facts or figures, or on some kind of recovery care and addictions panel, you'll get a couple hundred or whatever. You're into the drama, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 people. I mean, it's just the way that it is. Unfortunately, it's just how it goes. But just always think about what you say before you say it, y'all. Please.
Great advice. Great advice. Good morning, Tawanda.
Tawanda. And again, I'm sorry,
Tawanda's in the house.
I haven't figured out the whole chat thing. I will, my
It's
friend.
okay.
I gotta
It
get better.
seriously took me forever.
You would think too, having an iPhone 11, that I'd be able to figure these things out. But that's usually when I call my sons, like, "Hey, how do you do this?" But all right, I'm gonna hop back down and chat. And again, Sarah, as
Well,
always,
thanks
I
for
appreciate
coming
you.
up. It's a pleasure, always.
And one of these days, we'll definitely have to do a 3-way call or something like that. Get something going with Brandon there as well. I think that'd
I
be
would like that.
something fun.
He's down for the count right now. He's got a toothache that is just driving him nuts. He told me, he said, Sarah, first thing tomorrow morning, you're calling the dentist. I can't deal with this. God love him.
Dang. Now, yeah, this
Yeah.
might sound a little personal, but does he have a cracked molar or something like that, or has he got something
Well,
like a filling
he
thought?
had a root canal done.
Ooh.
Let's see, a few months ago he had a root canal done, and he doesn't think that they did it right, and it's causing him so much pain right now. And he said, I'm done. They're just going to have to pull it. I don't care about root canals, caps, anything. Just get it out.
Oh, right. So yeah, he's got that. He might have something going on,
Yeah.
like an infection between his tooth and the actual
Yeah.
jawbone
That's what I'm
itself.
worried
But
about. Yeah,
yeah,
because
I
he's
mean,
pretty good with tolerating pain, and he's not dealing with this very well at all.
yeah. I think that's probably been one of my only Achilles heels as well. I've even stitched myself up many moons ago, but tooth pain, oh Lord,
Oh,
nope.
yes.
I mean, I don't know if it
I've been
might
there.
help them a little bit. Some can't even take it, but I usually recommend to people that are having tooth pain at times. Well, I mean, there's a few different techniques, but one has worked for me is hydrogen peroxide. It's just to put some
Yep.
in your mouth and just kind of hold it in there around the area that's really bothering you, and usually that has helped. But with something like that that's all sealed up, and if it just feels like it's almost into the bone, and yeah, he definitely needs to go to a dentist to get that taken care of.
He does for sure. I'm going to be on that tomorrow morning. I hate that it's Sunday and there's not much we can do about it today, but tomorrow that's definitely what I'm going to do. I seen him walk through just a few minutes ago, and I've never seen him look that miserable. So I'm feeling pretty bad for him right now.
I know. Well, give them all my best. And again, Sarah, thank you for having me. And as
Thank
always,
you for
I
coming up. Like I
appreciate
said,
you.
it's always a pleasure.
I,
I appreciate you more than you know. Have a good day, Mr. True Helper. Yeah, guys, thank you for all the suggestions. I think we do have some clove oil, and we definitely have some Tylenol. I'm going to try to get him to maybe, I don't know. I've heard that you can crush it up and like put it actually on the tooth. I don't know if that'll help him or not. He's kind of beside himself right now. So it does. Tooth pain is awful. I swear to gosh. Like a few years ago, right after I got sober, oh man, I had a tooth that was going bad, and oh, death was, I don't want to say that I was suicidal, but oh my gosh, I wanted it to end. Like it was so painful. It was worse than labor pain. It was the most excruciating pain I have ever felt in my life. And I was at the point where Brandon is. Like I went into the dentist office, I had to pay hundreds of dollars, and I said, just pull it, take it. I don't even care anymore. So it sucks. Tooth pain is the worst. Yeah, Captain Obvious, I'm gonna try to suggest that to him. I think he's at the point right now where he'll try anything. So Advil. Yeah. We don't have any Advil right now, but we definitely have some Tylenol. And if I need to go and get some Advil, I'll definitely do that too. Yeah, Brian. Oh my gosh. I wanted to do more than punch myself in the face. Lord. Like I swear to God, like I wanted to die. The pain was so bad. I had an abscess inside of my tooth. That's how bad it was. Like it was awful. It was a cap had fell out, right? And so an abscess got inside of the tooth. It was insane. Um God, my heart goes out to anyone that suffers with tooth pain because it's excruciating and it's not fun at all. I'm gonna maybe go and get him some Advil gel caps. And actually, Tawanda, you suggested to me a few days ago to get some Advil, and I sort of didn't take you up on that, which I should have. I should have got some. But yeah, you guys, all of you have a great day. I absolutely adore Jen, and I'm so glad she was able to come up on panel and talk with me. I love having her up. I love talking with her. And Mac 11, I adore you. I love you, lady. And I'm so sorry that you was upset the other day. Um, I feel bad. Like my heart goes out to people that get that upset, and I felt bad. And I want you to know that I have a lot of respect for you and I adore you dearly. And obviously I love Trace. She's my girl. Um, no matter who hates me for it, I'm always going to defend her. And if you don't like that, then bye. I'm always going to defend my friends, you know, because it's what I believe in. I love them. I'm always going to defend people that I care about. And that's just how it is. And as far as True Helper goes, that man is a good man, and I know that for a fact. I know he's just my people. He's selfless. He cares about those that struggle and he helps them, and I have so much respect for him for that. And when somebody says that he is or this person or that person, prove it instead of just sitting there saying that he's this person, he's Granny Fanny. Show proof that he is. Don't just base something off of gossip or slander. Prove it. God, I can't stand people like that. Base your assumptions off of facts. Don't just run with shit because you think it's funny or because it's going to fit your narrative. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. And I've been on here for 2 hours and 17 minutes. That's a pretty long live. So I'm going to jump off here and kind of see what I can do for Mr. Brandon. And oh crap, I got to put that roast on for my son. So you guys have a great Sunday, and I will talk to you all later. See you guys later. Bye.